Hi, this is Mark, coming to you from Baker's Green Acres. I thought I would give you a quick set rep. Today's the 28th day of August. Yesterday was the day we were supposed to have our trial. Looks like we're not even going to have a planning meeting with the judge until the 31st of October. Really disappointed. So it puts us in a bad position again because we've got a lot of animals here and we can't get this straightened out in a court of law. I think that is the new strategy of the DNR, is to just starve us out. So we'll address that another time. I've got an interesting story here. I don't want to take too much time. There was a trial that went on, a hearing that went on up in Baraga County for Roger Turnin. Roger Turnin is a friend of mine. He's a farmer up in Baraga County, which is in the UP, the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. They call it the UP, and people that are up there are called Yoopers, right? And Roger's definitely a Yooper. But he's a friend of mine, and he's a farmer. He raises lots of pigs. He hasn't gotten the big fines that we have. If he did, his fines would be up like 12 million, because he's got a lot more pigs than we do. But he hasn't gotten them yet, so they're giving them to some people, but not others. And also, we've found out that Roger has been given the okay to sell his pigs, where the Attorney General has told us under no circumstances. We are like 9, verboten. We cannot sell our pigs. It's kind of unfortunate for us. Okay, but in that hearing, one of the Assistant Attorney Generals, a guy goes by the name of Hal Martin. And I'm sorry, Hal, I've been calling you Harry. I thought maybe you'd like that, but you know, we've heard that you don't like that, so I'm going to try and refrain from calling you Harry. Sorry about that. But Harold Martin, or Hal Martin, was the Assistant Attorney General that was working that case that day. And he made the following statement. I have the transcript here. My wife has posted it at bakersgreenacres.com, and you can look at that, but I'm going to read it to you. It's kind of chewed up, but you'll get the meaning. Hal says, "You know, when it comes down to brass tacks, Your Honor, the fact of the matter is, yes, the intent of this order is to put that business," nodding to Roger Turnin, "or Mark Baker or anyone else, but to eliminate that business. And, of course, we wait for the courts to determine whether the order is valid and legal, but, you know, there's no getting around the fact that that is indeed what the DNR hopes to accomplish." So they want to put us out of business. So here's Hal, you know, letting it all hang out there and telling the whole world that that is their intent, is to put farmers out of business. And then the next sentence, this is in a MERS article that came out in Lansing. Who's who in Lansing, get this. DNR spokesperson Ed Golder said Martin wasn't saying the department wanted to put people out of business. Now, Ed Golder, that's a whole nother case. We'll explore Ed Golder at another time, but he's a guy that was brought in to fix the feral swine problem, the way they flubbed that. He's a spinmeister, and we'll talk about Ed Golder at another time, but he's really a piece of work. So here's Harry comes out and says that their whole agenda is to put us out of business, family farms. Okay, kind of funny the way it was worded. Then this other article came up, and this was an AP article, and I thought that you all would find this kind of interesting because I've alluded to this a couple of times, but this article says 50,000 abandoned dogs roaming streets of Detroit in packs. All right, 50,000. Detroit, I think, is like 38 square miles. I'm not sure, but it's not that much. And 50,000 of them. And these numbers come from HSUS, so Humane Society, United States, which is some people think it's pretty reputable. I don't think ag leaders of Michigan like them too well, and that's a whole story in itself. But HSUS says that there's 50,000 abandoned dogs roaming the streets of Detroit in packs. And I'm going to quote here, the city says that 903 reported dog bites last year. 903 reported dog bites, including a woman who had her scalp bitten off by 2 strays. Now remember, the definition of a feral animal is one that has been escaped or abandoned and is not under the husbandry of human beings. So if you haven't seen Detroit, that's the fair city south of me, 3 hours. Looks like a combat zone. Looks like it's been bombed out. Hardly anybody living there anymore. Like 2/3 of the population is left. And apparently they left their dogs, and they're breeding and creating problems. Now, where's the DNR on this? Here the DNR is saying that we've got, their numbers now, they've adjusted them, 1 to 3,000 feral swine. And the fix on that is, let's shut down family farms. Okay? So here we've got HSUS that's saying 50,000 in 38 square miles. People are being bitten and having their scalps bitten off. DNR, where are you? You going to step up to the plate on this one? Here's a real problem, not one that you fabricated. Let's see what you can do on this. I just think that's kind of interesting. We're going to post this on Baker's Green Acres too. All right, you can find it. It's not made up. That's it for today, I guess. Things are going good here. We do have a lot of pigs, and as far as we know right now, we can sell them out of state. So I've got about 130 or so small pigs, baby pigs, and I really need to get them sold because we can't go into winter with that many mouths to feed and no income. It would put us in the same position. Our friends at the DNR know this, and they're betting that if they can push our trial off until January, February, that we'll be bankrupt and not even be here. But we can't let that happen. So I'm going to need some help here. We need somebody from out of state that can buy these pigs, and I have to sell them because we have to make ends meet here. And get a good jag of them out of state and get a breeding operation going someplace else. So if they ever do come in and destroy all of our pigs, when we finish up with them, I can probably get some pigs back from you all. But I need some help. If there's people that can step up and take some of these pigs out of state and get an operation going, they're real nice. It's a real good thing. I can talk to you about the numbers on them. We were doing very well with them before the state stepped in and started screwing everything up. But we're making a good living with them. So that's it from Baker's Green Acres. Thanks. Remember, anyone can farm.